All right, good morning traders. Welcome to the Bookmap webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We're going to be going through live order flow analysis and understanding the participants' behavior, reading it, and then being able to make decisions, more informed decisions off of their behavior. And that's what order flow is all about, and that is the edge that you will get. Disclosures, general disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's see here. We'll jump right in and start taking a look. I wanted to cover something with you guys. This has been something that has been a problem for quite a while, and we have a remedy for you guys. It's this algo in here. See this algo? It's called a stacker algo here. And it queues itself, and you can see it's one individual player. We've been seeing this in the S&P E-mini for quite a while, and you can see it right here. See the large lot tracker over here on the left. I'm sorry, on the right here, and you can see that this white line here is showing a very consistent amount of contracts. They're all the same amount here, and on these three levels here between this 511. 511 and a quarter and 511 and a half. It's the same down here. Okay, so we know this is highly likely the same player, and they're just all they're doing is staying in the queue, and when they want to trade, they will turn off this algo. It will not shadow the market like it is right here, the best bid and offer. And then when that happens, they will get filled, and they have an edge. They are queued up in the line way before you are. They're waiting up here already. Okay, now they're constantly lifting and changing that. That's why it's on three different levels in here, because this one here, let's suppose price comes back up. Well, let's say suppose price goes back down here. Well, then what's going to happen is these two here will stay in the game. This one here on the top that's further away will come back down one price level below. Okay, and continue to stack again and again and again, and they are staying in the market, and it screws up our heat map in here. You can see that behavior, right? So sorry guys, over in Discord here. Hold on a minute. Let me get over there to the Discord channel. Just a second. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. So the problem here is that this is very high liquidity, and the heat map and Bookmap is showing it completely correct. This is how the market works. There's no problem with the heat map here. There's no problem with Bookmap. It is this player that we're showing in here, but it's really kind of messing up the heat map. Good morning. Welcome back, Slow Down. Good morning, Hector. So we found a solution for it. You might have already downloaded it and installed it. Let me show you where it is. Go to your studies or your add-ons, configure add-ons here. Is called Trader Map Lite. Okay, download it. Go to your add-ons manager right here. Download it. Put a check in it, and on the it only works on the S&P E-mini. And get it going here. Put the check mark into it, and that will turn it on. And then it looks like this right here: es4.cme at Trader Map Lite, TM Lite. Okay, and this is what it looks like in here. So if we go back to 9 or 8 a.m. When that algo comes in right here around 8 a.m., you can see how Trader Map Lite gets rid of it. It filters out that behavior. There you go. So that's the solution. Now you can just use your heat map settings in any way that you like. Let's just restore it here. And then suppose you want to, look at higher liquidity and kind of minimize the other liquidity. Well, there you go. Okay, problem solved. Okay, so there's the solution for it. It's working great. There's one funny thing that's happening here. Okay, now this algo's back in, so never mind. But I just noted that this morning this algo came in at around 8 o'clock like it usually does, and then it stopped here around 9:16 or so, and then it wasn't in here, and then the trader map or the heat map was back to normal until here at 10 a.m. And it's back in. Okay, so guys, it's free, it's included. Go ahead and use it, download it, and you should be good. Let me know if you have any questions. There are no settings for it, as you can see. It's just right here. It only works on the ES instrument. Okay, there you go. All right, so I hope that's helpful for you and makes the heat map much more useful for you. You can see, again, it's working great. Right, so anyway, let's jump back now into the order flow. We just had a breakout here, as you guys can see beautifully in the ES. Let's just zoom out a little bit more. Let's see here. We've got a few different areas to cover here and the breakout here. All right, well, you can even look at one down here, okay, breaking out from this swing here. I might as well put the lows of the day in here as well, or this level down here. All right, so we got a few levels to look at. Here's a beautiful pullback to where it broke out from. All right, so are we going to continue? Are we going to see more buyers come back in? This is the first test of this level. Right, well, let's see. Right, so we're going to look for if buyers to come in right around in here. I think maybe at this swing here, and let's see if we get some buyers. Okay, now not looking for much actually out of this right now. In fact, okay, I said I wasn't going to do this, but I think I will. We'll take a position on it and just demonstrate. Now it's not. We just want to demonstrate, right? That that this is where we're expecting a pullback. Okay, and we'll demonstrate it with a live position in here. Again, it's not a trade recommendation or anything like that. Now you can develop that into a trading plan if you want, but we're just going to look for a quick pullback to here. Okay, and that's it. We're only talking about a very small little scalp here, but it's again to demonstrate how order flow works in here. Okay, so we're just looking for the move up to here, and if it doesn't work out, we're going to cut the trade. Okay, so sellers starting to come in. All right, so we're looking for more buyers right now, and if they don't come in, I will exit this trade. Okay, it's just to show how these markets operate. All right, so we're getting sellers again. I'm out. Okay, so I think I had a 3-tick gain. I just had like a 3-tick loss. All right, because now we're going to look for something more. We're looking for maybe more sellers down here. If we're not getting buyers down here, well, maybe we'll get sellers, and maybe they'll come back into the high volume node or back down to the swing around here. Okay, and we'll look for that. All right, and here's some exhaustion on the sell side or buy side here. We may get some sellers in again. We have a pretty good probability of coming down lower. All right, so anyway, just going through some here we go. Let's see if we get it here, and then looking for these sellers to drop it back down into these lower levels here. Okay, this would be a great area for it to come and test here. Okay, around 56.15 or so. Anyway, let me see if there's any questions in here. Yeah, Stephen, so I think you have the MBO bundle though, Stephen, right? So you can just use the Trader Map Pro and you have even more customization in there. If you want to use the Lite's super simple. You can be up and running very, very quickly. And let's see here over in YouTube, how are we doing? Just a minute. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're good over YouTube. Okay. All right. Well, buyers still fighting it here, and it yeah looks pretty good for buyers to try to reach back up to this swing up at 24. Okay. So this is kind of a false breakdown right here, and then look where the buyers came back in. Okay. Again and again and again, you know, like I was looking for these sellers in here to take it down lower. And instead, this is a trap. We've got sellers at the bottom of the swing in down in here, and the buyers have trapped them at this point here. You see that buying come back in. This is where it gets tricky with the traps, and maybe that's something we'll focus on today about trapped traders, and in the back and forth in the range trading here. So, for example. You know, the sellers in here, well, this is the selling that's trapped. This is the stop run here, back up to this 24, maybe back up to the highs of the day here. And how can we verify that? Well, we'll look at the stop runs in here. Okay, so here's a big stop run in here to the upside. And are we getting that stop run in here? No, we're not right now. It's the red line down here I'm looking at. And this is stop runs and icebergs. Icebergs is the blue line here. And the context I'm looking at is you can see the axes are different in here. You have the blue axes for the icebergs, which is a different number than it is for the stops. Okay, so but we have context in here. Here's a lot of iceberg buying right in here, as well as followed by a lot of stops afterwards. Okay, so we know that regardless of the stops in here, we have some support from the larger players in here. It's not a whole lot, but it's not bad though. You know, about I don't know how many in here, around 200 or so, something like that. Iceberg buying. It's not a whole lot for the S&P. Nonetheless, we have that context, and we have this graphically in here because of the two different axes, right? So you can see more iceberg selling up in this area here, okay, right up into that high liquidity. All right. Well, anyway, let's take a step back here because I was away on Friday and Monday. And let's take a look at the bigger picture before we jump in further here. And we'll start off with the daily over here. This was, I think, Thursday, Friday. Is this? This is Monday, so that's Friday, and Thursday and Wednesday. Yeah, and some really big down days, and some volatility starting to pick up. However, let's just note this in here. You know, we're still talking about, take a look, zoom out a little bit more. This is a tremendous uptrend. Okay, and yeah, okay, so a lot of heavy selling came in, but look where it went to. It didn't even go below some of these daily swings down here, at least not yet. Now it maybe this is just a small pullback, and then we'll get another move to the downside here. That we don't know. Okay, but what we do know is we are still in an uptrend in the bigger picture here. No question about that. Now, if we start to zoom in and look at a bit tighter picture in here, yeah, you can see the downtrend started here. This is a pullback on the daily, and let's see if we can get a turnaround here for those sellers to continue here, right? So we have an update here on the daily. On the hourly, we also have an update, and also on the 15-minute. And where might we go? Okay, so I'm kind of looking at this area in here, this 56, 28, 29, something like that, as a good test for these buyers. Okay, so let's take a look here at the cash session and how that relates to the 15-minute chart, and it looks pretty good too. So I kind of like this 32 area, actually a little bit higher. So somewhere between 28.5 to 30, 33.5, something like that. Right, so still looking for buyers in here basically. Okay, let's see what we get here. All right, so now that we've looked at the bigger picture, now we're going to zoom into the order flow and look at the day here. And we know that we have a big stop run here, but we also have a lot of buying, and we also have a lot of buying in here. And let's see if we can get these buyers right now, right here, to lift this. Looks pretty good. In fact, let's even take a small shot at this here. Again, just to kind of demo this idea, this concept. We're looking for buyers up here, and we're looking for them to take this back up to highs of the day here. Okay, going with the momentum. Now, we're in up here, and we're going to talk about trade management in this. Okay, so we're getting our confirmation on the buy side. We want to see it move away now. We've got volume, we've got buy volume. We need to see it move away from this zone here. Okay, and let's see if we can look even for a measured move in here. Maybe it'd be something like this. And let's see if we can measure that, put it up here. Okay, so yeah, somewhere around here we'd be looking for the buyers. Okay, so in fact we'll even put a limit sell order there. Okay, and we're filled. All right, so there's a quick move. Now we're still buy side in here, but for this move on this time frame, we went through a very quick scenario, and we just kind of hustled through the higher time frames here, and then looked at the order flow in here to match that higher time frame. And we got what we wanted in here. We started to see some of that buying in here, and then our confirmation is really here, to be honest, and looks pretty good. Okay, so now we then measured this range, and then we measured a little bit bigger from maybe top to bottom here, right? And then we took that and doubled it up here. Now, why did I do that? Because we're not looking for a whole lot here. We're talking about these moves in here in the market today. How big are these moves? Well, here's a good example. Okay, this is the ATR, strategy or understanding. Okay, so here's a move here, right? So let's double that, and then let's take this, and then we can move it over here. Okay, so on a strong move, we look for something like that. Okay, so maybe this is just a pullback. It did already an ATR move of this range in here. Okay, an average true range move of this small period. It's already completed, and that's where we took our profit. And this is the high liquidity that it hit right here. Okay, so we have some reasons to take a profit here. Now, we don't know what's going to happen. Right here, the buyers could have come back in and moved it up here, and we'd look kind of foolish well, we took our profit. But this is all we are looking for. It's a simple strategy, and we look for now the next. Okay, now I'm not advocating trading this way. I just want to give you some ideas on some of your trading. Okay, so you can take this further now, a lot further. This idea in here can be used very clearly over here. Okay, on the higher time frame. Right. So, for example, let's look at this here. If I drew, Yeah, I mean, you can look at this range in here. Maybe this range here. Well, you know, if I duplicate that, where might price come back up to? Well, we're kind of targeting or you know, talking about this kind of range or this kind of area up here. Okay, now that starts to unfold into a bigger picture trade. Okay, as an idea, right? So we see a gap here, back and forth, and then that's the range that we just measured, and then we're looking for another range equal to this in here. And why does that make sense? Because this is how much buying and selling power can move the market at this time, okay, or in these recent hours, put it that way. Okay, the volatility, the ranges that we're getting. So if we're looking for a continuation move, well, then maybe this is a good area up in here, which was, we said, around 32, 33. Maybe a little bit higher even. Maybe it can come up into the point of control of this area up here if it's a strong move. All right, so lots of ideas in here, or a few ideas, put it that way, that then you can extrapolate and use into your own trading. Okay, so now let's go back into Bookmap. All right, so yeah, we you can see it's pretty back and forth in here at the moment. So yeah, it was in this case we got lucky. It was a good decision to take some profit here. Okay, we'd be looking for, I was actually looking for another barrage of buying up here to then extend higher up into our 33 area, which would be up around here, right? Okay, well, we didn't get it. In fact, we see the sellers move it right back down to this level here. Okay, we can draw a line in here. We have some back and forth in where it broke out from, and that's exactly where it tested. Now, you know, this isn't some sort of you know, it's not like a holy grail or anything like that. It was just going through, though, some concepts and ideas in the higher time frame and this lower time frame. At the moment, we see buyers. Okay? And we see another barrage of buying in here. Now the strong buying is actually, let's just zoom out a little bit more, is right here after the open, okay, to the upside. Look at the size of the moves, look at the angle of the move, and look at the size of the dots, the green dots. Right, so we have the length, the strength, and the angle. All right, so we're still buy side. Okay, so now we have some back and forth in here in the selling. The sellers have this much selling power. Okay, so buyers are able to move it right back, though, as you can see, back up to our level here that we're looking at earlier for a breakout. And we're just trying to get a feel for the buyers and sellers. And we can even put a range in here. And let's even duplicate that angle and then lift it. You can see that, yeah, it broke out here, but we're being conservative. Where can buyers take this? Well, maybe back up to about here for now. Okay, so let's see here. What is this range between 25 and 21? All right, so 4. All right, so here we can get buyers in here. Then we'd look for a move maybe to 28. Okay, now let's look at the order flow. Okay, so yep, starting to get buyers. A bit of a pullback. Okay, getting quite a bit of selling. All right, well, sellers then should be able to reach back down here to around 21, 21 and a half. Okay, so now we're justified in looking for buyers to start to come in. Okay, down at the bottom of the range. Okay, do we see it? Starting to. Okay, there's some exhaustion. Let's see if we can put we'll put in a buy stop just up here. Okay, so we're looking for buyers to come in. Okay, we're in a small little range. There they are. Okay, and see how we got involved in that as soon as the buyers came in. Okay, they pulled us into that trade. Okay, now, what are we looking for? Okay, well, maybe a move just back up to 25 or to 28. Okay. Now let's see if we can get that. Okay, just by understanding, again, the ranges in here. And now, if we start to see sellers down here, we're gonna bail on the trade. Okay, we'll give it one more shot here, maybe a false break. No. Okay, buyers, let's see it now. Okay, so from 20 on up to 25 or higher. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, looking good. We got a nice little trap here as well. If we can get just above this 22 here, or 20, yeah, 22 or so. Okay, so now these sellers in here, we're looking for a squeeze. Okay, we're looking for a short squeeze, and we're looking for buyers to take it back up to the top here. And we will move our target at this point here. If we get lots of strong buying coming in, we can move it maybe up to 28. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, that scenario. Looking for the squeeze. Okay, we've come down and explored here and found some sellers. Now we need to see if we get counter rotation. Is the order book helping us a little bit? You can see on the bid here. Okay, well, so the buy is not so strong. So I'm going to keep my target at 25. This is the part that I don't like about trading in front of everybody. It's like now there's nothing to do. It's either, well, I mean, we'll manage the trade, but there's nothing really more to cover here. Okay, so yeah, now it's possible that we see the move back into the range here, maybe back down to this 15 level, right? So some sort of mean reversion trade. Maybe it's these longs that are getting squeezed here. But we're going to go with the bigger trend right now. So we're still kind of waiting for this to kind of work out here. Any questions? Anything that you guys want to go through? Yeah, length and strength of the angle is all super important. Absolutely, Caesar. It's really great to hear. So look at the iceberg starting to come in. The buyers in here. See how they're not really going anywhere. This is because an iceberg is absorbing this here on the other side here. Now the order book is changing on us here. It's not looking as good. Yeah, I think we'll give it one more shot here, see if we can get these buyers up here, and this guy needs to pull. If we don't get it, we're just going to flatten it because it's just not worth it. It's like 50-50 really. Yeah, see, we got some algo in here pushing it like that. Let's just get out. Okay. Order book's not helping us here. This one's in the way up here. It's skewing the order book with 500. It's one large player that has like 400 or 450 contracts. We've got another one that came in here as well, and what we found, there was selling. Okay, so there's buyers and sellers on each side here. Okay, we want to go with the bigger trend. That was our idea, but order book is telling us something a little different here. You're welcome, Alois. Yeah, that Trader Map Lite is a good thing. See, now look how we're still trending up here, and we're not really seeing much, but it is interesting though that we are accepting up here, even with this big order here of 450 or whatever it is. Okay, now he's pulled, right? Okay, so what's the reaction now? After this guy pulled away, are we still finding buyers? No, not yet. Okay, the buyers now can lift it above this. Okay, if we find them, they have to show their interest here. Okay, a lot of iceberg selling in here, as you guys can see. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna just stay away here. Okay, here comes our sell side. And let's see if we get our nice mean reversion in here. Would be down to this level here, really, truly. Okay, and we'd be looking at this swing here. A bit of a pullback. Okay, it is still a pullback. There's more selling in here than buying in here. Right, so still look for more selling in here. And let's see if they can drop it through. Let's go for it here. Okay, so we're going sell side, and we're looking for the drop into just about here. Okay, we should get some nice stop runs. We are, as you can see in here, and also just now. All right, I'm going to take my profit there, and then that's that. Okay, so it kind of hit our level there, you can see, and we didn't get filled here, right? So then I see a little bit of exhaustion and some of this buying coming in, and I'm not looking to get squeezed. So I got out here. All right. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Just to go, sorry about this. to go through some of these scenarios in here to understand the order flow and the trade management decisions along with it, right? Really important. This is something that I'm really happy to bring to you guys, is the trade management part of the order flow, because and we're on small time frames here, and we're going through this stuff. We can look for much higher time frame scenarios in here, but we want to do this in the live market, and then not only demo the order flow and where price might go, but then also to position yourself within that order flow. And it's not a trade recommendation, and this is not a trading room, but is to demo how to manage, consider some trade management with order flow as well. Okay, so our trade management decision up here, for example, was due to the order flow, right? So we were long here, and we had our reasons. Okay, some selling, starting to come down to our lower levels, our ATR. Starting to see some buyers took us into the trade, some back and forth looking for the squeeze. Had our target up here, just looking for the top of the range, and it wasn't working out, and we saw this player come in here, and then we started to see some selling coming in, okay, and we got out. All right, so and then yeah, kind of went up here, hung out up here. This guy pulled. We don't get buyers, we see sellers. We get the sellers that trade through, and then we get a low volume pullback by the buy side. We see more sellers in here. This would have been a little bit better entry, maybe a few ticks higher when looking for those sellers, and then we're looking for follow through to the downside after first move, pullback, second leg move, and then that's it. Okay, and our trade management, okay, was understanding this move away, the pullback, and then more selling again, and then our target was this high volume node area in here, and also the swing down below here. Now we didn't get there. We still may, but we took our profit on this heavy selling move here. All right. Martin, really? Why would you say that? I mean, look, we can take a look here at any of these time frames in here, and it's the same thing. So here's the strong move to the downside, and well, we went through the the higher time frame analysis in here. Okay, and I challenge you, like, go ahead and take a look, and look at some of these higher time frames in here, and if you'll see the same exact thing on these candles. The only thing that you don't see here in the candles, well, there's two things in particular. Oh yeah, hold on just a moment, guys. So yeah, I mean, it's exactly the same things over and over again. As you can see, like you can't make this stuff up. Here, like flag patterns, and all this back and forth in here, followed by strong buying, closing at a high up in here. We're looking for continuation. Okay, same ideas, and in here, the same ideas. So you're looking for strong buying in here like this. Okay, some pretty heavy selling in here, but again, more buyers starting to come back in, more buyers coming up to highs. Okay, you could, if you want to scalp or trade on lower time frames like this, you can do it all day long. No problem. Or maybe you're a dome trader. You want to look at your dome? Well, we've got one here as well. And trade off your dome. Here you go. Very robust dome. Let's see, right now it's on the NAS. Oh, it's on the ES. Okay. Yeah, whatever it is that you're looking for as well. Look for your high levels of liquidity. They're kind of highlighted down here. Look at your volume profiles in here. Okay. Where is the market trading mostly? Okay, we're down at below now that high volume node. Okay, well that's interesting, right? So what if we can come back down a little bit lower in here to these low volume nodes in here, right? Here's a whole nother way, you know, looking at just looking at the dome. So maybe you'd want to be a buyer down here, right? Maybe it goes a little bit lower. Maybe it comes down to into this low level in here, and you're looking for a rejection, and that's where you want to be a buyer. Okay, so here we'll put an order in. Okay, we'll put in a couple orders in here. Okay, I'm looking for a rejection here. Okay, so here, right in this area here, and where might I think the snapback take place here? I'm looking for now buyers back up above. Same idea. Okay, back up above here. If I see, there they are. There are buyers right there. Okay, so now I'm looking for them to take it back up to maybe here. Okay, maybe I'll front run that a little bit up here. Right, so same concepts on the dome here. Okay, let's see if we can get it here. Okay, so we're just looking at volume profile from the session volume profile here. Looking for some rejection off of this area, price to explore and reject, and then come back up. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so we got one more here at the low volume node. One more order in here. Let's see if we can get this. It's just about to get filled, it looks like. Just testing it. Okay. Okay, so now let's see. We want to look for rejection. These are our aggressive buyers over here. This is recent ask trades, which means, you know, the aggressive buyers here. They're lifting the offer in here. Okay, so now we're filled, right? Okay, so we're getting it's dumping through that area in here. Okay, so we're expecting rejection in here. We're not getting it. We actually got follow through to the downside in here. We'll see. Maybe this is the low volume node it comes back up to and rejects here and then comes to the downside now. Now then we got it wrong. Okay, still looking for a rejection here. Let's see if we can get it. That was surely a stop run here. Yep. Okay, and here are our orders in Bookmap here, as you can see. Okay, this is our first one here, and our second one at that low volume node. Okay, so completely different trade, but same ideas in here, and in a different method as well. Okay. Bad thing here was the follow through to the downside. At that it went through that low volume node and it's accepting lower here. Okay, so we need to look for a trap in here and then back up into the mean here. We can get that. Kenji, welcome back. Wow, slowdown and Kenji on the same day. Yeah, we're still getting sellers here, guys. So we did just trade into high liquidity here in the book, so we might get a bit of a reaction off of this. We'll see. No, nothing. Yeah, now this is really going against us. Well, let's zoom out. Let's get our bigger picture viewpoint here. Okay, let's see if we get maybe a reaction off of this swing here, down around this 05 or 04. Okay, let's take a look at our dome again. Okay, some of these same ideas in here. Okay, so it's been building up in here, as you can see. Now we're looking for it to reject back up into and try to come back up here and retest the high volume node up here. Okay, we're looking for the trap volume in here. We can even look at a footprint chart in here, see if you see the same thing. It's accepting lower. All right, let's see it though. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see what it looks like in Bookmap in here. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Market mechanics course will be very helpful from the Learning Center. Okay, we're going for lows of the day here. All right, let's take a look at our bigger picture in here. I should have exited this, but I was holding on with the dome trade in here. But let's take a look at our bigger picture and looking for the swing down here. We're still, yeah, the hourly is kind of turning. Well, it's not bearish yet. We have kind of a spinning top here on the daily, but I'm still looking for buyers to come in right around this area in here and see if we can come back up again. Okay, we got one pocket of buying in here, but a lot of selling, and now we're getting that at the lows here. And starting to see some iceberg buying on the bid. That's not good. Exhaustion here on that buy side completely, right up here where those sellers came in. No interest. Okay, we need to see buying interest up here. All right, yeah, I may have to just cut this here. Just not looking good here. Yeah. Okay, we'll look for the next one. Anyway, our dome. Let's take a look at our dome as well. Okay. So yeah, our idea in here was down to a rejection off of some of this thinner traded area down here. Okay, it traded through it though, and it's accepted down below. So we're out, right? In fact, it's pretty likely here we'll get a move back down to maybe the figure at 5,600 here. Interesting move. All right, so actually we're not getting that. This is down at the bottom here. We're starting to find a bid here. Okay, that bid coming in around this 05 here in a quarter. Let's take a look at our Trader Map Pro or Trader Map Lite. It gives a really nice view in here. This is great. Okay, so yeah, traded into the high liquidity on the way down. Little pockets of buying. Buyers starting to come back in now. I would anticipate another rejection up here. It traded through our level here that we were looking for on the dome, but now I'm looking for. Let's see if we can get some rejection here, right up into it. Then let's see. Starting to trade through. All right, let me see if there's any questions in here. Yeah, you're welcome, Caesar. Yeah, that should be helpful for you guys. There's no settings or anything like that on this Trader Map Lite, which is great. All you have to do is come into the add-ons manager here. If you don't see it, you should see it down here under available. You just scroll to the bottom, available for install, okay, and then you will install it. Okay, so just hit the install button, and then you'll see it in here, right? Trader Map Lite, and then all you have to do is click on it here, put the check mark, and then it will add it right to your chart. Okay, it's only for the ES. All right, let's take a look at our higher time frame again here. All right, so We were kind of anticipating a bounce down here. I was looking for, just because of the order flow, I was looking for those sellers to take it down below this level here at 03 or 02. We didn't. They didn't. I'm kind of surprised by that. This is a great opportunity to try to get it down there. But we're starting to catch a bid now in here on the 15-minute. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we go from here. Another thing in here, well, you won't need to do this anymore with the Trader Map Lite, but if you want to trade from the Bookmap chart, you will need to kind of play around with upper lower cutoff in here. You cannot trade, nor can you see stops and icebergs on the Trader Map Lite. Okay, so if that's of interest, then you'll need to do that. Okay, play around with the heat map. Just right click here and go to the heat map settings, and then that should do the trick. Okay, so now let's take a look at this and what's happening now. Okay, so I actually would have hit our targets up in here, but this was a funny enough. I mean, we had exhaustion. We have just this little cluster of buying in here. Was really looking for sellers to at least drop it down to this 03 area here. We didn't get it. Buyers are coming back in, and we're back up to this previous point of control here. Maybe it's still a point of control. Let's take a look. Yeah, it had rotated down and then it rotated back up. Okay, let's look and see, maybe we can get these sellers in here again. Retest right back down to this swing here, because this is a pretty odd move in here by that buy side, and that we did not even test the swing down below here. Kind of surprised by that. Yeah, Lucero, or this is Xavier. The DNT matter. Yeah, we went through it. It's really simple on the ES. Just go to your add-ons or configure add-ons here, and if you don't see it in here, go to your add-ons manager, scroll to the bottom in here, you'll find it down under available for install. Then install it, and then it'll be in here, and just click on it here. There are no settings for it. You can see in here, right? So anyway, that's it. Okay, and then it looks like this is synthetic instrument will open up here, and you can see it's esu.cme at tradermap.lite. That's it. Okay, it's working great. So into a cluster of high liquidity up here, right back to, this is the move we were actually looking for over here, or over, yeah, right in here. around this kind of 11 area. We're looking for a pullback to just here, right? That was it. Instead, we got a couple more hits to the bottom here, and then now we're back up here. Okay, so did they stay in the book here? Yeah, it looks like it. Right around this 15.5 area here. There's some exhaustion a few times now. Okay, by the buy side. Yet we still go up. Okay, got to get sellers below here. Point of control. There they are. All right, well, let's see here then. Should be able to get something going here, right? Oops. Okay, bottom of the range, I do not like that. Wanted to get in a little bit closer up here. Boy, small range. Boy, okay, we're getting squeezed again here. We'll see here. Like if we continue to get those buyers, then yeah. But I'm still looking for it to kind of pull back to this kind of highly traded level here. Big stop run. Not the biggest, but not bad. Yeah, just getting totally squeezed again here. Okay, I'm still looking for sellers off of this level here. These are little areas in here, but this is where the selling came in right here, right? So, and then let's take a look at the bigger picture in here on this. Okay, so we do have heavy selling in here. Okay, and then look at the buying coming back in. Okay, so I'm looking for some back and forth in here. I'm not looking for a lot of buying to take this to new highs here at this time. And they are coming in. Wow. Okay, so some back and forth. Today up, it's down, and getting squeezed here to the upside. Okay, high liquidity just filled. Let's see, Hector. So you are building your own desktop and joining the academy. Yep, I remember you talking about that. Yep. Oh, guys, sorry, I turn away and like, boy, we're getting just clobbered here. Well, we just traded high liquidity in here, so I'm going to hold just because of that here, and just see if we get some sellers in here. It is a stop run too, and high liquidity, and we have some iceberg selling in here. So I'll hold tight for a bit here. But this is just a real big squeeze here, and this hurts. Okay, so Hector, yeah, I think I recall, Hector, that also you've been away for a while, and you're talking about Doug's room. Yeah, so oh God, this is just killing me here. Yeah, going from lows of the day to, or close to lows of the day, which I'm surprised we did not trade. Now we're going for highs, and we're back to this buy scenario again. Pretty strong buying back up into these levels up here. Okay, but looking for some profit taking here, and not just to continue to squeeze here. But yeah, I should have bailed on this much earlier. Good place to bail would have been here, after seeing buying through this level here. That's the place to get out. Okay, so around 17 or 18, let's say. Still hitting high liquidity and it's still transacting. And there's still a bit of a bid here. Still a bid. Let's see. So Hector, yeah, I mean, you can trade futures, or Doug is with you're talking about Doug Pless with his webinars Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on options, which is fine. I mean, it's excellent. So you might want to, if you're kind of new to trading, stick with the futures for right now, and you can trade the micros. instead of options can be pretty expensive. It can be very complex to learn as well. Okay, but Doug is excellent on that front, going over some really good stuff. Look at the bid, still getting a bid here, trying to squeeze, but not getting a whole bunch of buyers here now at this point. I'm still getting some. Oh, this is just painful. Guys, I'll take the loss on this, but and I keep pointing back to this. I'm having some horrible results during this webinar, but like here, 537 loss that we had earlier off of that dome trade, and then here's another pretty big loss as well. I just want to show you guys it's been some pretty bad luck recently, but there are many trades in here in the trading journal, and you can see the equity curve here, and then here's our down day here right now. This is what's recorded in here. Anyway, what my point is here is the continuation of the trades. You take your losses, learn to take your losses. This is not how to take a loss. Absolutely. You do not let this squeeze against you. I was anticipating some selling in some of these areas in here, and this is what the market did. Okay, we didn't know this. We didn't know all of a sudden we get this huge buying coming in. Now we went from lows of the day to highs of the day. I'm really surprised we didn't come back down just to this 03 swing, 03.5 swing here. Just that, we couldn't do that. Found buyers, and now we're back to highs of the day after something like that. And look at this, right? It's just grinding higher, grinding and grinding and grinding. Okay, so now let's take a look at our higher time frame in here. We got some nice momentum here. Now this is our second retest back up here to the high, though, or at least on the hour. We see a couple retests back up here. So where's this going? So maybe up to, this was our original target earlier, was around this 30, somewhere around 31 or to 33, or I forget, 28 to 33. Let's see, 29 to 33, something like that. And this is one of the reasons I like trading in front of you guys. I really do, to be honest. I like going through the trade management and then trading from Bookmap and then covering that. What I don't like is going over something and then just going, oh well, here's a dome idea, a trade, and then you get involved in that, and then all of a sudden it was a trade idea, and then it's something you usually don't do. I'm not following my plan by trading off of this. I'm not a dome trader typically. I've been playing around with it recently to bring you guys a lot more information on it, but in trade scenarios. But it's not good for taking a live demo trade off of that, though, a paper trade. And you can see like it continues to squeeze here, right? So now we're breaking out. Now we're at highs, new highs here for the day. Okay, so what's the thing to do in here? Well, just take the loss, and move on. It's just not worth it. I mean, I will make this back, no problem. Just take the loss and move on. Okay, JTrader, if you guys go on Wednesdays to his stream, it's fantastic. He learned early on, you just take the loss. He's one of the best at it. He doesn't let it bother him because this is what happens in well, you typically don't see these kinds of moves here on these this kind of grinding move like this. It happens, but the small caps, it really happens. And he is not going to take, he would be out of business if he didn't learn how to take losses. So learning how to take losses is a massive part of the business here. Massive part. In fact, learn to take losses and let your winners run. You know, have a studied plan, a simple plan that you know how to execute, and then just manage it. Manage it correctly, and you should be okay. All right, I'm going to hold this one for just for now, because now after this really big squeeze here, move to the upside. Look at the size of this move here. Okay, this is really one continuous move in my book, at least. And it's kind of out of the ordinary. Right, so I would look for a move back down to retest some of these areas. Maybe around this 22.5. Okay, maybe yeah, maybe a little bit higher here. This node here, but it could come back all the way to 15. It could come back down to 03 here. $56.35, a lot of options interest. Okay. Next time I take a holiday, I'm going to remind. Yeah, that's an interesting thing, Dan. I was off for a few days and I'm back. It didn't bother me. Now, if I'm away for a few weeks, yeah, it's something that you know, I'll ease into it. But a few days off, that's I'm fine. You know, we're talking about psychological here. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't bother me. But yeah, you got to get your bearings, and then understanding like this huge move in here. It's like, how many points is this? Like 14 points or so, right? Yeah. And look at the way it moved in here. There's really no pullback. Again, like this though, these things kind of happen. If that is the case, then you know, just cut your loss. Yeah, this is what not to do. Now, what would be even more not to do in here? Another great example is to double down on the trade. Okay, so if I sold again in here, and maybe sold 2 or 3 times, okay, because then you can take this $1,000 loss and turn it into 5. Right, and then you'll be out of the game completely. Right, so yeah, that's what not to do. Okay, so just learn to take your loss. Okay, and this is I didn't do it in here, and yeah, this is a cardinal rule. All right, so let's do it. And I'll come back and have more content for you guys regarding this loss here, and how to hopefully overcome it for the day here. Okay, so yeah, flatten it out, and that's that. Okay, so yeah, this is what not to do for your trade management in here. Okay. And yeah, of course, now you'll get this pullback to 15. You know, it's always the way it works. So just learn from your mistakes. You know, now we'll get an equally strong move back to 15 here, right? And because if it can do this on the way back up, it can certainly do this on the way back down. But we don't know. We never know. That's why number one thing, just take your loss. Have your where are you wrong in here, and then take that loss. Okay. So I was looking for the move up to about here. Maybe I would give it to about here, right, around this kind of 17.5 area, and then once it starts getting back up above that, just take the loss. Okay, because yeah, you can always look at the next level. Well, maybe this is where it's going to go, and there's high liquidity there, is starting to transact, and now I should get my pullback. Well, you never did, right? And it just drains your account. You know what? Maybe we should just do a whole series on that. That's not a bad idea. In fact, I'm going to throw that out there to you guys in a poll over on YouTube here. All right, there we go. Would you like to see an order flow series on how to take a loss? Bookmap order series. Hold on. I think we've never really covered that one. So we're always talking about high probability setups and trades, etc., and not so much about trade management. Oh, another good one on taking losses, Scott Pulcini, and how he will basically say, like, here's what not to do. And here you have a highly experienced trader, and he's telling you, like, learn from my mistakes, and that's golden. It's really great. I really like both JTrader with stocks and small caps, who he has to take his losses quickly, and cut his losses very, very quickly, because otherwise he'll get run over. Those small caps are just wicked. And then we have Scott Pulcini, and then how he will take his loss. And say, like, guys, I'm telling you, don't do this. So it's great. It's great stuff. So you might want to tune into those. They're at 10 a.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Actually, JTrader's a little earlier. I think he's around 9 a.m. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's wrap it up. We'll call it a day. And hopefully, we'll see. Maybe I can post some of the rest of the day, or maybe tomorrow as well, from the trading journal. And I'd like to see you guys use more of this in the Bookmap Academy as well. Take some screenshots here, You can make your trading journals in here. Like there's all sorts of trading journals that you can use in here, and create. One can be for like here range trading in here. See how it goes, you can hopefully you'll be able to well, you can select that journal and then take some trades in it, and then see how your strategy is going. Okay, we'll add more and more to the trading journal as well, yeah, anyway, this was yeah, kind of shocking here, shockingly bad, we'll go through a lot more of this. This is, you can just see like this is out of the blue, and it just doesn't matter though. You can look for, oh, it should do this. This is where let's suppose in here, even with ATR, etc. Whatever it might be, you're using ATR strategy in here, and you're thinking, well, it should move about from, let's say, 15 to 10 or something like that, 5 points. Then instead of taking the loss, you double down here. Like, wow, okay, now I have, you don't have a $500 loss at that point, or $400 loss at that point. You have $1,000 loss. 800 to 1,000 comes up here, another ATR. You're going, surely it can't go further, right? It's hit into high liquidity. It's hit into here. I'm going to triple down here. Okay, now you're out of the game, this is exactly what you don't want to do. So number one, if you have that tendency, now all of us do it. Even the best of traders do this, have done this until they learn. Okay, so learning to take a loss, I like it. I think we'll cover that in a webinar series or so, and maybe get some of you Academy guys as well in here to go through that. Okay. Yeah. Trader Map Pro setting to remove brackets. Yeah. So Nikos, looks like you got your information there. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks everybody. Have a good day, and we will catch up with you on Friday. Okay. So again, watch JTrader tomorrow, and Scott Pulcini as well on. Let's see here. We have 100%. Well, 9 votes, only 9 votes in there. Yeah, Scott Pulcini on Thursday. Thank you. But 100% on taking a loss, webinar series. So we'll end that poll, and it's a great subject. All right, so we'll cover it more. All right, thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good day, and we will catch up with you on Friday. Okay, yeah, take care. Bye-bye.